Let's look at land matters. The chairman of the Commission for the Implementation of the Constitution, Charles Nyachae, wants Lands Cabinet Secretary Charity Ngilu and National Lands Commission Chairman Muhammad Swazuri sacked for allegedly failing to discharge their constitutional mandate to serve Kenyans. This comes a day after Ngilu disowned a report that sought to mediate and end wrangles between the ministry and the commission. Patrick Amimo has more.
In November last year, the presidency attempted to secure a settlement over jurisdiction dispute between the National Land Commission and Ministry of Lands that had seen Ngilu and Swazuri constantly clash over their mandates. On Tuesday, lawyer Tom Ojenda deposited a progress report of the Joint Committee on Implementation of the Mediation Process. The report is not signed by Lands Cabinet Secretary Charity Ngilu, though the National Lands Commission Chairman Muhammad Swazuri appended his signature.
Their technical committee did look at what they wanted addressed. My technical committee, which we need to come together, will look at their side and our side, and this is ongoing.
The officers who are from our side and from their side were all people who are professionals in their task. So I think it is their briefing to the Cabinet Secretary on the side of the side, which has not happened.
Lawyer Paul Muite for the ministry and Tom Ojenda for the Lands Commission have differed over the report.
This is not a report of the ministry, it's not a consensus report, and the ministry took a very firm position that this document was irregularly taken to court. It does not have the signature of the Cabinet Secretary.
The team from the NLC have all signed, but there's agreement. You can see that if one or two members of the ministry have signed, that demonstrates that indeed this was not a one-sided mediation.
Speaking from Mombasa during a meeting between the National Assembly's Committee on Land and the Constitution Implementation Commission, Charles Nyachae urged Parliament to initiate a process to relieve Ngilu and Swazuri of their duties. Nyachae says the envisaged radical land reforms will suffer a stillbirth since Swazuri and Ngilu have failed to work together harmoniously.
If the consequence of inability to work together so as to deliver to the people of Kenya, if the consequence of that must be that people must step aside, then that must happen.
We are just telling them the days are numbered. We are not going to wait to see Kenya go to the west anymore. We are tired.
A meeting held at Harambee House on 9th November 2014 agreed that a joint technical implementation committee of 6 comprising of equal membership be established to resolve the dispute over functions. A report submitted by Tom Ojenda to the Supreme Court has names of 11 members that form the joint committee. They are Augustine Masinde from the ministry as chairperson, Silas Kinoti from the commission as co-chairperson, Abdul Kadir Khalif from the commission, Emma Njogu from the commission, Masin Jamwea from the commission, Washington Abuto from the ministry, Peter Kahuho from the ministry, and Poli Gatimu from the ministry. Tom Abuta from the ministry, Brian Ikol from the commission, and Elizabeth Njoroge from the ministry formed the secretariat. However, Ngilu says the ministry officials in the committee did not have her blessings.
The chair of the National Land Commission, for whatever reason, instead of coordinating with the cabinet secretary, ni kama alikuwa na murija, anaweka murija ndani ya Ministry of Lands, anachukua wale watu anataka yeye mwenyewe bila kushauriana na cabinet secretary.
The team was appointed subsequent to the State House meeting between the chair of NLC and the minister.
The technical committee recommends that the Ministry of Lands should relinquish the function of assessing and collecting land tax to the National Land Commission effective from January this year. It was also agreed that the National Land Commission will process and execute grants and leases as per the applicable law.
The Commission under the Constitution has no role to play in issuing grants. The Commission has no role to play in the renewal of leases.
The mediation process appears to have collapsed, but both parties to the dispute are agreed that there is need to amend the Lands Act, the National Land Commission Act, and the Land Registration Act to align it to the Constitution. Patrick Amimo, KTN, Nairobi.